Good day, gentlemen and ladies. This will be my last project for during my holidays, vacation, summer, fall vacation. Remember, the first one was to paint the hood of my car. The second one was the chimney, which yesterday I finished to install the heat shield above the wood stove. I'm just waiting for the insurance inspector. They already answered me. They give me more value on my house. Of course, they raise up of $80 per year the cost of my insurance, but the house insurance. But I'm happy. Now this video, the last of the three project, is fixing my rear leaf suspension on my support bracket on my RV. So stick around. I need to bring a lot of equipment here in front of my RV. I have to bring the generator, the welder. And you remember the video that I made testing my welder with the generator? Well, that's where it's coming alive. My good neighbor offered me to use his side of his asphalt, but I'm so scared to create a spill, a fuel spill. No, I'm gonna use here on the grass, and I'm gonna put everything there. And yeah, so let's probably take me more time to set up than fixing it. All right, so stick around. I will use my very nice Mahindra tractor for doing that job. All right, cheers. All right, when you weld into a wet area or wetland, or never weld under rain unless you have a roof. But it's always safe to put your welder on a rubber mat, on a dry rubber mat. So that's why, because we're playing with a lot of voltage when you're welding, all right? The arc is created by a high voltage, so not low voltage, but high, a lot of amps. So yeah. All right, so let's finish. I will finish the setup and stick around. And of course, my welder, the exhaust is pointing far away. So let's do that. All right, folks. Warning: when you play with electricity and fire or welding, make sure all your safety measures are there. What I mean is your welder is well isolated from the ground. The generator, the fumes are away. Make sure that all the connection point are in bone dry position, like the one beside the generator on the rubber handle away, and I put the other one under the on the dry ground under the RV. Also, I use a carton, that's for isolating myself. All right. Of course, I've got a fire hose which is running. That's for cooling down. Why did I put it beside the welder? Is before using it, make sure I shut down the welder. Water, electricity, it's a great conductor, and if I'm between, I will be fried. So, just think about what you're gonna do. What's your plan in action if something happens? All right, shut down. The worst case here, the danger is getting fired because I have put so much grease, but I washed it. All the three plates what I want to weld, well, 6 plates, because I have this side on the other side. The other side will be another ball game, and I have to really take care. Well, I have to think about that. All right, so all right, so like I said, all the safety PPE, protective protection for welders equipment. I've got my welding rod well above the ground so they keep dry, but I'm using 70 1/8 side. Just hold on, show you that. This is the welding rod I'm using, so 70/14, sorry, 1/8 side, ProStar by Praxair. Very good welding. That's the one I practiced when I made the video about 3 weeks ago now. All right, so I'm gonna try to find a way and you folks can see without so the camera is not on my way, but I guess great if I do like this so you see my welding. All right, so first of all I need to crank the generator. What I do is, first of all, I check the oil level. I've got plenty of oil. Always try to have your generator at the ground level, but level. All right, make sure then the breaker is off. This is off for now. I pulled the choke out. I have to think about putting back. I open the fuel valve. That's the coming from the fuel tank. There's a little sediment bowl there, and that's another, that's the carburetor ball, and that's the screw that I unscrew so the fuel flow go under there, so it's always empty. And usually the first crank, that thing start up. So let's start it. Right, so on, choke is on, fuel valve is open. Now I'm gonna keep it run like this. Now I'm gonna put the breaker on here. Then turn it off. You did that at the beginning so the engine can warm. Then I'm gonna close the choke. You see it? All right. Now before putting power from the generator, I'm gonna suit myself. Alright, so I'm gonna put the power on. So breaker is on. I'm gonna put that on auto. Then everything is there. So now I'm gonna start the switch. Alright, so now the ground is alive. And I'm gonna put the camera angle. If you try to have the ground at the closest position where your welding is, it's Very important, especially if you weld on cars. If you weld on cars on AC, you do disconnect all your battery, definitely, okay? Very important. So I'm gonna finish to weld all these 3 spots. You get the basic idea. One thing I have to tell you is keep all the remaining of your welding rod when they're finished, when they all burn. These go very well through a tire. And I've got children playing around. And by the way, I'm doing that on Friday. So they're all at school, so I have no one looking. I already have the permission of my neighbor too, so yes. Alright, so stick around. Cheers. So you saw me closing the welder. I leave the auto throttle at off, so it's full RPM, and I will let the carburetor emptying, because this is the run test for this year for the generator. Stick around. All right, so 10 seconds later, it's starting to emptying. All right, so now I know then the fuel coming up directly from the fuel. All the sediment bowl is all empty, and that screw will remove all that fuel. But that way I make sure that everything is removed. I do that every year, but I still gonna unscrew that screw. There's still gonna be a little bit fuel, and I re-oil that screw there. All right, so I've got plenty of maintenance video about my generator. I'm gonna change the spark plug because that spark plug's been there since at the beginning. So all right, so let's have a close view of my weldings. I'm just gonna remove my helmet because holy smoke. All right, so like I told you, I did the front there, so that's covering plenty. The back, I will do it later on when I weld that, because it's very hard for me to go under there. This side is very good. All right, I penetrated, I did many pass. I think the total amount of rods that I pass is 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, I've got 5 rods. Now the other side is quite too dark. I can take a flashlight, but when I do a video welding, I will show you that. But I weld a large pass, and yeah, I mean, I'm very happy about it. All right, so I hope you like my field welding video, RV repair. As you can see, just make sure about the safety. A fire hose. If you use the fire hose, shut down the welder, because you're not gonna get electrocuted, anyway, fried up. And make sure all your power connections are dry, and with my outstanding Mahindra tractor. All right, so please, thank you very kindly again for all your standing support. Remember, life is good. All right, cheers. Yes, you use the fell for a large volume, but for the fine tuning, dropping the generator, I use the bucket, so it's more controlled. It's easier, it's smoother. All right. For the generator this afternoon, I'm just gonna empty the fuel, put it in my car. I'm gonna buy. I found it's not all the gas, the fuel company, the gas station. You know what I mean? They have some fuel company who doesn't put ethanol in their super 91 octane. I wish I had 94 like I had before, but here it's 91 without any ethanol. So I find a place. It's Arnois Petroleum. So I really like it. They're buying from Ultramar, if I do believe. All right, so please do take care of yourself. Again, thank you very kindly. Cheers. All right, folks. Can you tell me why I didn't weld on that side? That propane tank, the line, heat, sparks, doesn't go together. Does it go together? All right, so it will be another time. When it's fixed, I'm gonna pull the RV outside, jack it up somewhere else, and fix it. Cheers.